Hey everyone, it's Hunter. Thanks for checking out my Indian Chief video. I just want to give a little background about the bike before I show you the actual video and give a little context. So, big shout out to Indian Motorcycle. Thank you for letting me come film the bike. This and the new FTR 1200. I really appreciate that. Check out my other video on my channel. But anyways, the Chief is an all-new bike for this year. So basically they're using the Thunderstroke motor, and to be honest, it looks awesome. So a lot of people wonder why they didn't use the Power Plus engine, the 108. And from what I hear, they didn't use it because of the looks. So purely the look of the radiator on there wasn't beneficial enough to trade out for the horsepower. So you get more horsepower with the Power Plus versus the Thunderstroke motor, but the looks just wasn't quite there. It looked kind of out of place. So the Thunderstroke sells plenty of power, plenty of torque, so they went ahead and used that. And honestly, I think, I completely understand their strategy there, because the radiator would kind of look out of place with how open this bike is in the front. Or on the Challenger, everything's kind of hidden in there, so you don't really notice the radiator. It just kind of looks like it's part of the frame. So on this bike, you would definitely notice it. And another thing to note is I'm 6'1". I'm on this bike in the picture I'll show you here shortly. It has mid controls. They offer one with forward controls. I would definitely need the one with forward controls. And they also offer forward controls for this bike. So if I wanted this bike specifically, this color, this price point, whatever, I could add forward controls to it. So, and also forward floorboards as well. So something to note. And then also, a lot of people hate on this bike. You got to realize, open your eyes where Indian's aiming with this bike. They're not aiming just at the U.S. market, and they're not aiming, just as men riding this bike either. So there's a lot of female riders, a lot of other countries riding Indians, and they plan to do very well with this bike in other countries. So they have to aim at a broader market with a smaller bike. The other Chief is a great bike. They still offer the Chief Vintage Dark Horse that you can purchase today, and it's still a beautiful bike, but it was just too big for some people, too heavy. So what they did was they completely just redesigned the frame and made a smaller bike with some sweet technology in it. That 4-inch Ride Command digital gauge cluster is sweet. Has navigation in it. It has the ride modes. Truly, you're gonna have to check out this bike to love it. So anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoy it. Hey everyone, it's Hunter. Today I got the lucky chance to check out the 2022 Indian Chief Dark Horse. So this thing was just announced February 9th. Today is only the 11th, but it's pretty sweet. So let's go ahead and check out. This is completely new for this year. They actually made this smaller than the previous Chief Dark Horses. The previous one was built on their heavyweight frame. It was just a little big for riders. They really needed something more in the mid-size section. If you think of it, they had, in the past years, they had like Vegas and stuff. They really didn't have anything in that category, such as the Softail from Harley. So Harley was pretty much dominating that category. Their Chief Dark Horse. For most riders, it wasn't too big, but it didn't fit well for riders in Europe and stuff like that. So they came out with this new one, and it is sweet. So they got the 1-into-2 exhaust. So that's pretty cool. The LED headlight. Of course, this one being a Dark Horse, they would have the 116 kit. So yep, it is the 116 motor. Everything's just very clean on this bike, as far as like there's not exposed like rectifiers, regulators, anything like that really. It's all pretty hidden, so it looks very streamlined and clean. Let's go ahead and check out this new gauge. That's what everyone wants to see. Takes a minute to turn on. It's really cool because it's only 4 inches, but they packed so much stuff into this gauge. You also notice while we're waiting for that, only one filler cap. The other one only had one filler cap, but it had a dummy cap over here. This is a 4-gallon tank, so but it does just have the one filler cap. Let's get around this. There we go. Still an engineering release, so it's got quite a few different options. You can cycle through it just using that arrow there. But this one here is probably the most important option, the navigation. They really fit navigation on this little screen. So first time ever on a cruiser to have navigation from the factory. and you don't have a huge touchscreen. And you can also control it with the triggers over here, so you're never taking your hands off the handlebars. And so actually you could search right here, be able to search an address, just like your car GPS or anything like that. Let's get it focused back in, but let's go back. You can zoom in, zoom out, see what other screens it has. So it has the ride modes. Like all the other Indians, it's got Tour, Standard, and Sport. You can adjust the brightness. It's also got this sweet digital gauge. So this one here's got a couple miles on it, 34 miles. But so you've got this your mode down here, your RPMs, your gear, your fuel gauge, a little compass, degrees, and then also the speedometer, which is pretty neat. Then here you can kind of see more of a digital gauge, but this is, I'm not really sure what this is supposed to mean, but anyways, you got your fuel economy and your range and temperature outside, your battery voltage, current ride, and then back to the GPS. So in here, let's see what we got. We got some controls. That's that menu we were already at. Settings. Let's see what kind of settings we can adjust. Update software. I'm guessing this one would have cylinder deactivation, and it does. Diagnostics, tire pressure monitoring, all that good stuff. Set time from GPS, Bluetooth. Yeah, so you can pair your Bluetooth device with it as well. It does not have Apple Carplay due to Apple restrictions. This screen is probably too small for them, and probably it would just be kind of dangerous at that point. But you can pair your music, connect your device to play music over USB. So you could do it that route. But you could also connect to Bluetooth, and I believe you can see what song you're playing, just like the FTR, and connect to your phone and stuff like that. So anyways, that's all the features on the gauge. Let's go ahead and check out the bike a little more. Kind of the chopped rear fender, more of the bobber style license plate, the bobber style tail light and turn signals integrated together, the dual rear shocks, kind of like the Scout. It just looks very nice to ride. Can't wait to ride it. Obviously a little cold today. It's about -8 degrees outside here in Minnesota, so I won't be riding it, but I want to give you guys a first-hand look at it and see what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below what kind of questions you have, what else you want to see, and I'll also put a picture in here, a size comparison of it against some of the other bikes that Indian offers, and maybe talk a little bit about why they went with this bike and with this motor. There you have it.